is up, PTU crew? Welcome back to the channel. Papa is back after a little bit of a break, coupled with the fact that there's not much product coming, and we are like a Pokemon opening channel. We open a lot of Pokemon on this channel. I haven't done a Market Monday in a little while because I've just tried to been sitting back and looking at my collection as a whole, and seeing if there was any holes to be plugged, kind of taking back what do I really want for my personal collection rather than investing. And so I've been buying a little bit of here and a little bit of there, but I've been a lot of my positions are kind of where I would like them, where I could afford them to be. A slight talk about that. I know we talk about a lot of booster boxes on this channel, or buying these 3-pack blisters, or buying this or buying that, and what smart choices I think there are out there to invest in. If your seal collection is small, it could be just a few packs or just a few 3-pack blisters because you really like the promo. Those are actually really great. They're easy to ship. You're going to see a nice percentage return on those. Say you only have 1 booster box or 2 booster boxes or 3 booster boxes. That's perfectly okay. It's fun to just talk about where these products might be going. And if you are a person that adds and you have a huge seal collection or a medium-sized seal collection, then that's definitely cool too. So I don't want to make anyone feel bad if they're not in this thing, but it's just interesting to talk about. The 2 questions that we're going to talk about today are, how is the market doing in general, which specifically talking about Sword and Shield booster boxes in this video, and is there a bubble, and is Chilling Reign, for instance, we're going to talk about that set in particular on this episode, is Chilling Reign. We use Chilling Reign as an example because that's one of those sets that's kind of in the middle of Sword and Shield, and it's recently, a lot of people are talking about it. Is it investable today at this point? We're going to do it on the whiteboard, Rudy style, and obviously we're going to have our regular graph here. It's going to go something like this. We're just going to use the benchmarks of 100, 200, 300, 400, and above, maybe 500 up here at the super top is 500. Okay? And obviously down here, so this is going to be dollars down here. We're going to, the most important asset of all, time. And we're going to be specifically talking about timing because I've heard one PokeTuber in particular, but we're not really going to name names here. It's not important. But I know I've heard this either in the past from people, but even though Chilling Reign is now starting to uptick, we've heard this story in the past that Chilling Reign is not investable. It's not going to do well. It's going to hover. I don't know what people were saying. Some people said you could have got it down here in the 80s. The thing is, if you were buying in the 80s, which I have a little problem with this because I was buying and I never really saw it in the 80s. Maybe a few sites later, in a few days, I'd check and it'd be gone. So the stock was extremely low. It wasn't like they were selling thousands of booster boxes in the 80s. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. I just didn't see it. I saw it more around that $95 mark. So we'll say like this little corner right here is the 95. Some people got 100, 105, which would be right in here. Right now, Chilling Reign has done something. We'll do blue for like a nice little Chilling Reign. Chilling Reign did something like this. And let's just say this is the, we're coming up on 2 years. This is the 1, this is the 2, 3, 4, 5-year timeline. Let's mark our graph nice. Okay, so Chilling Reign did something like this, where we were staying here low, and now we're getting close to the 2-year timeline, and we're kind of starting to see this, right? Is that somewhat accurate? These are just generalized. Don't beat me up if it's not exactly right. What do we expect Chilling Reign to do here? Do we expect it to go like this? I don't think so. Do we expect it to go like this? Possibly. I don't really like that either. We're expecting nice, gradual, maybe at the 2-year timeline, we might see it close to 200, maybe some dips and valleys, but hopefully at that 5. Maybe I wasn't exactly right, but you know, there's obviously a bunch of possibilities, right? We're expecting something like that. Now, some people say it might not be investable because there could be reprints. Reprints happens, it's going to go like that. Or we might see it flatten out. Possibly, I don't really think a reprint for Chilling Reign is coming. It could be, but if it does, it's going to be small. We're going to see a small blip in a short 2 to 3 month timeline. But when we're looking at years, we're not really going to see that, I don't think. If we take a set like Evolving Skies that maybe went up like this, and then we hit that at that few month mark, we hit that little down where they reprinted all those sets. But ever since then, we're at the 1.5 year timeline. So we're looking at this, right? $300 a booster box. We're seeing maybe a little bit of a plateau here. It went to like 320, back down to 310, hovering somewhere in there. Obviously, we see a difference in Chilling Reign. But does that mean that Chilling Reign's not investable at this point? Right now, we're about MSRP. Around somewhere in the neighborhood of $140 a booster box. So you buy here, and when we look back at Sun and Moon, if we look at the top sets of Sun and Moon, Team Up, Unbroken Bonds, maybe Cosmic Eclipse is kind of thrown in there. We're seeing a lot of the Sun and Moon boxes at this 4 or 5 year timeline. Let's do Sun and Moon, nice little red. Sun and Moon, 4 year, 3 year timeline right here. So, right here, 4 years, 350, 400 plus, right? Why can't we expect something like that from Chilling Reign? So if you're buying here at 140, you're just going to have to wait, because usually you want something in the neighborhood of double, right? To really see some profit. Because after fees, say you're selling on eBay or something, looking around 13%, then you got to factor in some shipping costs. I personally now put insurance because I've had a few mishaps with packages, and you can't miss, because if they lose your package, that's it. If you didn't buy insurance, you're done. It's a couple bucks. I've found that it costs about $22 to $25 to ship a package at ground rate with insurance. Now, that is your booster box insured for your 400 bucks. You buy right here at 140, you're looking at selling it at somewhere in the neighborhood of 280 plus, right? That's possible, right? 2 years down the line, lines up right there in that 300, 280 timeline on most of these graphs. If you catch one of these lower trajectories, you might have to wait to the 5 year timeline to get to there. Woo! You're already 2 in, so you're looking at a 3 year time frame. Some people have been throwing around the term bubble, okay? And obviously, if you guys don't know what a bubble is when the market is being artificially inflated. In other words, like when it happens in the stock market, people are leveraged, meaning they're borrowing a ton of money and they have to get out, so they slash their prices. And they might start selling a booster box of Chilling Reign at 140. They need out. They're going to sell it at 110 to 120. Which, if you buy here, you're down 5 to 10%, 5 to 15% maybe. And on a short timeline of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 months, 10 to 15% is just market noise. Once these people sell out, the people that were leveraged, it's going to go back up to the 140, 150, 160 down. So we might be on one of these timelines that just go a little bit longer to get there. If you believe in Pokemon, if you are doing any kind of investing in Pokemon, you have to think that Pokemon is going to be around and relevant, and people are going to be interested in buying it at least 12 to 18 to 24 months out, right? So if you could send that out double and you're looking at 4 to 5 years, that's, you know, not that much longer. Yes, the risk goes up. The risk, I know my handwriting, goes up in the short term for reprints, but actually goes down in the long term as supply dries up. We're seeing that with Sun and Moon. That's why those boxes are $400 a box now. Lower supply, strong demand. Over time, the supply gets less and less and less. People are breaking stuff left, right. Those break channels are ripping packs like crazy. And to go back to the conversation of a bubble, let's look at Evolving Skies right now. $300 a box, 1.5 years out. Yeah, that's that's only 3x MSRP, or market price, if you got about that $100, $95 rate last year during Christmas time when the reprints of Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies, Chilling Reign, and Battle Styles came out, and Vivid Voltage and Darkness Ablaze. Yeah, you're looking at 3x roughly, maybe 3.2, 3.3x. That is not a bubble. 10x, 15x, obscene amounts that really outweigh the value of the cards. There, you could still pull a card and get it graded and have it beat that $300 price. That's not a bubble. That's strong market numbers over the last 10, 15 years. Pokemon is still new. Collectibles is risky. But how many times has the market crashed? We've had a couple of crashes in the last 15 years in in the stable markets of property, right? Banking, stocks. So I to be honest, I don't know what people are talking about. Right now is the time to buy Chilling Reign if you want to get in. If you're going to buy one box, if you can set aside $150, get one box of Chilling Reign, you don't think in a 3-year timeline frame from now, you're not going to be seeing that Chilling Reign box near these or maybe breaking it? I believe in it. I just actually bought one more. I have, maybe 2 cases total. See, where we got something in here? Chilling Reign ETB, booster box isn't over here. They're in here, right here. 5 Evo Skies. I think there's some Chilling Reign in here. I don't have to look at the marker. If you believe in the product and you like the product, why not? $150, and I personally get enjoyment looking at my booster boxes. All right, I didn't want to talk too long. This is probably a 20-minute video. There's probably no one watching anymore. Still watching, throw a pizza emoji down in the comments. That way I know you were watching until this point. As Pika Papa says, you got to catch them all. Don't be scared. When people are scared, that's the time to invest. Maybe a little bit. Don't go crazy. Don't over leverage yourself. Don't be these guys forced to sell when you have to pay the bill. All right. Remember what Pika Papa says. You got to catch them all. Bye. You guys thought that was the end, didn't you? I told you there was a big announcement. My beautiful wife has given birth to our firstborn son. It's right here. His name is Tavin. He's going to be the new Pika baby. So, woo! So we've been really busy with that. Going to the hospital and obviously having the baby, getting the house all set up. Obviously I still work, but I took a little bit of time off. But, just days go by. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't really make that many videos. We should be doing a giveaway of the Pikachu VMAX box, which that video should be coming out in a few days. That will be the entry video, so remember to enter into that video. And then we are going to be doing that giveaway video. We're going to be opening up a case of the tins of the Crown Zenith tins. It's all tongue-tied. So thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to my beautiful son for coming into the world and having a crazy Pika Papa dad. Thank you to everybody for watching the videos. I hope you guys stick with us and getting involved in the giveaways. Thank you very much. Bye.